insolvency is really a subset within the wide and diverse discipline of accounting. So when we talk about insolvency practitioner, we're talking about someone who is involved in that industry. Now, historically, insolvency, especially when it comes to companies, it is all about closing down these entities, and then we go through a process of liquidation. All the assets are sold, and whatever that can be realized will be distributed to the creditors. Now, these days, we have more modern solutions whereby the law actually allows companies to go through the process of business rescue. In other words, if there is a potential chance to save this company, then the company can try business rescue to see if it is still viable to continue. Now, when we talk about the duties of insolvency practitioner, now because due to the nature of insolvency, we have to go into companies and manage a company, deal with assets. It's a multidiscipline sort of field whereby you have different skill sets like accounting analysis, you have those with legal background, you have those managers who can conduct the affairs of the company, able to sell, able to manage the assets. Okay, so all these things are needed at the liquidation stage, but also at the business rescue stage. In Malaysia, insolvency is governed by many laws, but especially the Companies Act. And in general, the officers who are in charge, whether you are from the government or you are the private practitioner, generally insolvency practitioner and liquidators are considered officers of the court. So we do need to comply with various rules and regulation. But at the same time, there is a best practice, that is being adopted by different people. And insolvency practitioner will need to exercise judgment call. They will need to act depending on the facts, depending on the scenario of a particular case. So what do you do if, for example, your company is facing some challenge? We are living in this new normal era after 12 months of pandemic, and businesses are not operating in the same way anymore. So for those companies and businesses that are feeling the strain, they are feeling the challenges, a discussion and consultations with us, the insolvency practitioner. Now, just because you're talking to us doesn't mean that your company is in big trouble, you need to wind up. But the discussion will allow a framework to be created so that different factors, different points of view, and sometimes there are certain issues which the business owners or management, they may not be able to see, but after the discussion, they are able to see some of the issues, and that allow planning to be done, and ultimately that may be the difference between life and death of a company. Now, why choose Cheng&Co? Now, Cheng&Co, of course, we are a one-stop center with many different services. But in terms of insolvency practices, we have more than 20 years of experience. And I think one of the key difference for our team is that we have many from legal and consultancy background. Now, that is very interesting because it allows for a more unconventional and creative solution. So we're not just looking at numbers, but we are looking at how can we bring value, how can we help the client to resolve their issue. Another advantage that we have is just the range of clients we have. We service and serve SME, SMI, but we also have been helping big developers and even banks. And so we are able to provide tailored solutions depending on the needs and requests of the client.